Okay, this is the last video of numericals of D'Alembert principle, right? In this, we already done first, second, and third numerical. So there are three more numericals into this. So we'll try to solve fifth numerical, right? Okay, let us first study this numerical is. Pulley weight is given as 800 Newton. Radius of gyration for this pulley is 0.6 meter, right? Because it's a step pulley, right? Step pulley means it's a concentric pulley in which this particular string is moving around 0.75 meter diameter pulley, and this particular weight is moving around 0.5 meter diameter pulley, right? Sorry, 0.5 meter radius, and this 0.75 meter radius. So okay, so for this, if I need to calculate I, then for I need radius of gyration. So that radius of gyration value is given as 0.6 meter. Okay, then he is saying determine the tension in the string and angular acceleration of the pulley. Okay, you have to find out what will be the tension in this string. See, in this case, the tension in this string will be different than this string. That means these two strings, this string is different and this string is different. So these two strings will experience different type of tension, right? So okay, we'll determine the tension in the string and we'll also determine the angular acceleration. What is that angular acceleration? Okay, let us try to solve this. Okay, this is the diagram. Okay, for this diagram, what we'll assume in this is, let us say the weight is 4000 Newton, right? And on this side it is 2000 Newton, and it is on this 2000 Newton is on the 0.75 meter radius, and this 4000 Newton is on the 0.5 meter radius, right? Okay, so but because this weight is 4000, so, and even though if it is moving on a lesser diameter, radius pulley, still the motion will go in this way, right? So one point is clear to me to some extent, that in this case this block will go down and this block will go up. Okay, this block will go down and this block will go up, no issues. Now if we draw the free body diagram of three objects, okay, what are those three objects? One object is this 4000 Newton block, okay, another object is this 2000 Newton block. What is third object is this pulley, right? Okay, let us draw the free body diagram. This is the free body diagram of this the central pulley, okay, and this is the free body diagram of block A, and this is the free body diagram of block B. What I assume that this will go down, this will go up, this will go down, this will go up, okay, and because this will go down and this will go up, so this will rotate in this way only. This pulley will rotate in this way. That is why only for this pulley alpha is, that is the angular acceleration for this, is going like this only, in this direction. Okay, so for this block, A block, I had applied the D'Alembert principle because it was going down, so I applied on the opposite way. For this also, since it was going up, so I applied on against the direction of motion, right? Okay, so if I apply the for this particular block, if I apply the equilibrium equation, it is TA plus 4000 upon G into AA is equal to 4000. Okay, from this we'll get TA. Okay, from the other structure or FBD, it is, see, 2000 plus 2000 upon G into AB is equal to TB. See, TB is equal to 2000 plus 2000 upon 9.81 into AB, or TB is equal to this. Okay, no issues. But for pulley, which is actually the driving pulley, so for this pulley, what are the two driving forces? The driving force is this TA and this TB, right? The driving force is this TA and this TB. So, and since the pulley is moving in this way, so what is the total moment which is driving this? It will be 0.5 into TA minus 0.75 into TB. Why it is so? Because this TA is moving this in this direction and this TB is trying to move in the opposite direction. But since TA multiplied by 0.5 is more, that is why it will go in this way. Okay. So for this rotational moment, if I little bit squeeze it, for this rotational moment is TA multiplied by 0.5 minus TB multiplied by 0.75, right? This is the rotational moment for this. And as we also know that this rotational moment should be equal to I alpha, right? And what is that I alpha? I is the moment of inertia of this pulley. And what is that moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is mk square. But in this case, as you know that we know the weight of this pulley, so we will not take m, we will take w by g. So that's what we have taken, multiplied by k square, where k is the radius of gyration, right? And multiplied by alpha, where alpha is unknown. Okay. So unknown value of alpha, I put the alpha value as. So now in this still it's a big problem. TA, in this so many unknowns are there. So see, in this case TA is unknown, A is unknown, in this TB is unknown, AB is unknown, in this TA is unknown, TB is unknown, and alpha is another unknown. So how to deal with this type of problem where we have so many unknowns, right? But here comes the ray of hope. And what is that? It is this, that we know that AA should be equal to 0.5 multiplied by alpha, because we know that angular acceleration is equal to, we know that linear acceleration is equal to radius multiplied by angular acceleration. So from this AA is equal to 0.5 into alpha, and from this AB is equal to 0.75 into alpha. So here comes the hope. So we know the value of AA in terms of alpha, we know the value of AB in terms of alpha. Once we know these values in terms of alpha, then we can always calculate the value of TA in terms of alpha, from this TB also in terms of alpha, and if we and then we can easily get the value of alpha, TA and TB from these three equations, right? Okay, so and that's how we can do. So rest calculation part that you have to do, but this is the actual strategy to solve this numerical. Now in this, the last numerical is for you only to solve, try to solve, right? But for this, if you could not solve this, then you can contact me, or you can see the solution of this. It's a solved example of the book given to you, right? SS Bhavigarthi, and on that page number also I had written on this sheet, page number 425, right? Okay, thank you.